Happy New Year! Or is it? The fiscal cliff. I don't know why they call it the fiscal cliff. It's like, it's not really a fiscal cliff. It's just a set date that everything changes. I'm having a problem deciding what I want to call this video. Could I call it a friend I lost, 50-year-old friend? It was awful. I had this friend with me for 50 years. Here he is. Yes. I made the dentist save it, see? Anyway. I lost my first tooth. It cracked. Busted right in half. Don't remember how I did it, but they said it could not be saved. So, I didn't know if I should have a funeral. Dentist also says I'm the very first person who ever asked to save their tooth. So she put it in a little plastic bag for me. And maybe we'll have a little funeral for the tooth. I keep it under my pillow, and no fairies have come and dropped money off. So the tooth fairy doesn't exist. Anyway. Watching a couple of documentaries. One of them I would encourage people to watch. It's kind of interesting. It was made by one of the richest people in the country. Johnson & Johnson family, the one, pharmaceuticals and all that crap. Well, anyway, one of the youngsters, the rebellious youngsters, decided to make a video on the top 1% of the people in the world that control everything. And, personally, I don't see a problem with rich people. I don't particularly like rich people that get it by dishonest means. And it goes to show you that one of the most dishonest people that get their money is the sugar industry. They are manipulating our government to subsidize huge sugar plantation. Now, I see the government, the farm bill, helping small farms, okay, the small guy. And I'm going to go as far as say, if you're making less than $1 million or less net profit, I'm not saying gross, because I know, but if you're making more than $1 million a year net profit, you're not poor, okay? At least this day and time. So anyway, a lot of our government subsidies for farms are going to these huge corporations. I mean the mega farms, the million-acre corn farms like you see in Illinois and Iowa. Very few of those are owned by families anymore. If they are family farms, they are several families that have joined their farms to form a corporation. And that's what they're doing around here, where I'm at. There's like a Neal Farms, and that's the Neal children that took all their land and conglomerated it together into one corporation. And that's the way business has to be done, because the government is being influenced by the mega corporations, the people that donate the money to the political campaign. This is another reason I have no chance of being governor, because I would never accept money from a big, huge corporation like that. I mean, but I have a question. If any billionaire happens to watch this video, why don't you spend some of the money? Spend it. I mean, after you have enough money in firm assets like real estate and gold and all that crap, once you have enough money to ensure the well-being of your family and your heirs and everything like that for the rest of their lives, why don't you spend some of your money, man? Spend it. Build a theme park where everybody can enjoy it. I mean, hey, I don't know, be a Walt Disney. Build something. Use it. There might be, you can make several jobs. I've got an idea. If any billionaires are watching, I wish you'd let me build you a small summer cottage. Now, the reason I say small is because I want it to be like a model of a type of structure that could be built for the average family that would take so little to heat and cool it that it would be like could be done easily with some solar and wind. In other words, it would basically be a self-sufficient house. And I've got it on paper and I got it in my mind of how to circulate the air and everything and how to build it where basically it wouldn't be tornado proof, but it would be tornado resistant. It wouldn't take much to heat and cool. I mean, very minimal. Unless it was an extreme like sub-zero weather. Well, it may take a little more to heat it if you built it in North Dakota, but around here in Tennessee, you could heat it and cool it. It would stay a average temperature in the house of between 75 and 60 degrees with no electricity at all. Well, no more than what a fan blowing, to circulate the air. So that is my idea for a house. Plus, it would be, basically tornado resistant, unless it's an F5 or something. And even an F5, there would be the basement area would still survive that. So it could be called tornado proof. But anyway, I have the idea and the plans for such a house in my head. We'll make it a small, 1,500 square foot, not big. If you're super rich and you really want it for your own cabinet, we'll make it 3,000 square foot. It's expandable. And, something like that. So there you go. And if it works out, you've got a nice cabin and you can show it to other builders and other builders can build it anywhere in the country. Kind of like my helmet idea. It's like I have an idea for bib overalls, for the bib overalls for farmers. Instead of putting pockets all over the front of it, put molly webbing across the front of the bib overalls. So the farmer or the worker or whatever that's wearing the bib overalls can add pockets wherever he wants. You could add a pouch if you wanted it here. You could add, one of those admin pouches. You could design the front of your bib however you wanted it. Just all you have to do is sew those strips across it to a manufacturer. So there you go, rich folks. I don't have the money to how would you say, put together stuff like that, but hey, I'd love to. If you wanted to invest in it, I'd love to do it. That would do that for fun. Anyway, y'all watch that movie, The 1%. It's a documentary, not a movie. Documentary called The 1%. If you have Netflix, it's free, and that's the name of it. Then let me read it. The 1%. Filmmaker Jamie Johnson examines gap between America's poor and the 1% of the population that controls half the country's wealth. 1% controls half our wealth. The only reason I can't figure out is once you get so much, what's the fun of having it if you don't spend it? That's where, see, if they did that, that's where Reagan's trickle-down economics worked. If the rich people just sit on it, they just sit on their pile of gold and go, oh, look at me, I got a pile of gold. Then it doesn't work so much. But if they take their gold and start buying things, building houses and say, hey, I'm going to build me a casino. I'm going to build this, build that, Maybe, hey, I'm going to build me a wing onto that hospital and name it after myself, That's how the trickle-down economics was supposed to work. But, in the end, those billionaires that don't do the right thing with their money are going to wind up with it all stripped away anyway because they can't take it with them. So once they get what they need to keep their families in good going, hey, how much fun can you have spending $1 billion? I know I could have a blast. Hey, just give me $1 billion and tell me I can't keep none of it for myself. You watch how much fun I could. Well, Eddie, I think it was Eddie Murphy was in a movie like that. What you had to spend so much money within a month's time? You can't spend $1 million or whatever, or $10 million. Yeah, give it to me. I'll show you how to spend $10 million. Not have nothing left. I think he wound up running for public office. Yeah. There you go. Unfortunately, I really would rather not run for governor. I'm looking at senator because I think Lamar Alexander is getting to be too much of a big government guy, and I may have to run for senator instead of governor. They both come up at the same time. Unfortunately, I think I don't want to move to Washington D.C. Oh man, that slumland, man. Who wants to live in D.C.? Anyway, I've been there. Trust me. I just don't like D.C. I mean, it's all right to visit the museums and stuff, but live there? Nah. Anyway, so the governor and Senator Alexander really needs somebody. A good, strong libertarian needs to run against him. First off, he's getting old. Okay, he's a big government, big spender type of guy. He is so far removed from the general public that I'm not sure. Man, we really need term limits. We really do. Anyway, so much for my New Year's rant, and I'm gonna go out and bury my tooth, and maybe we'll get a little bagpipes playing or something. Maybe we'll play taps for my tooth. Anyway, y'all take it easy. I've ranted enough. Oh, don't forget the assault weapons ban. Call your representatives. Join the Gun Owners of America. Join something, especially your state organization. What you need to do, we all need to contribute to the Illinois, New York, and California gun associations. Those organizations need money from the rest of the country because they are probably the three worst states in the whole country. So personally, on next month's thing, I'm going to send at least $10 to the California gun owners, the Illinois gun rights org, and the New York gun rights org. That'd be $30 next month. I'm sending to other states away from my state because that's where a lot of the trouble's coming from. See, anything else I want to rant about? New Year's rant? That's it for now. I'm sure I'll think of something later. Bye.